So we're here at MI Sports Talk, New Year 2021.
Yep.
Tom and Sam here to recap some of the sports that have been going on here since Christmas time. We got the BCS played their semifinal games last weekend, and the Ohio State Buckeyes pulled the upset and upset the Clemson Tigers there in a great ball game. If you're a Ohio State fan. Like I was saying, they're saying I got the picture in the backdrop there, the Bama Roll Tide.
I do, yeah.
Sam's
big.
And the other semifinal, Alabama handled business and took care of the Notre Dame Irish. I was kind of pulling for the Irish because I had money. Not gonna lie. I had wagered some money back in September on the Irish, but
you weren't the guy that bet 1.4 million on Ohio State to cover?
Oh no.
Did you see that story?
I did. I saw that. Yeah.
You bet 1.4?
I think it was 1.3,
1.4.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Bucks to cover?
Yeah, he said the Bucks are going to win and cover.
Wow. That's a pretty good payout.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't take Alabama. I mean, that game Alabama Notre Dame, they scored late there. That cost the spread there. So, what'd you say, Sam?
That cost some people some money.
Yeah. It's amazing how much. But Alabama looked strong again. They're looking, and they may even get their receiver back. Waddle may show up here on Monday night and play in that game on Monday night.
Yeah, they say it may be game time decision. I'm guessing it'll be out there.
Giving the Buckeyes something to think about, prep for.
Well, I'm sure the Big Ten is politicking to not play the game so that they can wait till Ohio State gets everybody healthy.
Well, that was the story. Everything came out. All of a sudden they had the COVID issues, and it was like, they're going to push it back a week and ice up some ribs. Get those ribs ready to play maybe a little bit better. I
sent you that. I sent you guys the link to that video, right? Did you see the?
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious.
Big Ten administration came in and taken that.
That was really funny.
The Army scene in the woods. Where they're going in. I'm going in.
I thought that was Sadler, the one guy all dressed in black, the really big burly. I thought that was Bob.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, exactly. Bob.
Did you guys hear about Saban's daughter?
No.
What she had to say to the Buckeye fans?
No.
You guys didn't hear it? Oh yeah, she went off on Buckeye fans saying, "I don't care if you have COVID issues, get over it. Put your backup players in and come on down to the game." He says, "I understand you guys are trying to dodge us. I get it." It was so funny. It was exactly what they said about Michigan.
Oh yeah. That's the first thing that everybody, up here in Michigan, it's been, what are they trying to pull, blah blah.
Yeah.
As soon as they came out with that, and down there, Alabama's played 13 games, right? What is it? Where are they at? 12-0, 12-1.
Yeah, they played a full schedule.
12 games.
Yeah,
and,
SEC played a full schedule.
No COVIDs, and Saban had COVID for a game. I think he missed a game, but that's one of those kind of situations now. It's like they set up a date just in case, but I think it, as of right now, it's today, Thursday. We're recording here, and the game's in 4 days. I don't think they're gonna put the stop now. People are in town. There's people with tickets and hotels, and I forget how many they're allowing. Are they allowing?
It's under 15.
15,000.
Maybe a little bit under, but I heard maybe 12, something like that. 12,000, 13,000.
First game at
Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
I think where the Dolphins play. Robbie.
Okay.
Whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
Hard Rock field. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting outdoors. I think Alabama's a 8-point favorite. Yes.
Yeah, I think it opened in 7. Now it's 8.5.
8.5. Yeah. That was a nice ceremony the other night on the Heisman.
It was. It's nicely done.
Watch that? first virtual.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Some nice stories on all four candidates, you know, and obviously the two Alabama guys stayed at school and they had practice earlier that day, you know, Smith and Jones there. So good stories on all of them. Smith obviously had a great story, and his family in Louisiana, they had a huge haul with everybody there. And he won the Heisman Trophy, first receiver since Desmond to win the Heisman. His numbers were incredible, though. I mean, you look at his numbers.
Deserved it.
Wow.
I mean, I watch a lot of his games. You know,
he's amazing, just amazing. That touchdown he scored against Notre Dame early, where he ran a sweep and just looked at the linebacker and said, and just ran around, and then he kind of stopped on the sideline and waited for the block, and then ran around another guy. Wow, quick, really quick.
He glides. Sam's watched him a lot. You know,
I've watched it. I see him pretty much. Sam and I watch games with Sam a lot. And yeah, he's just phenomenal. Just incredible. Some of the catches. And you get him in space, and you get him in space, and there's just no way. It's just not fair.
Right.
I mean,
just,
And and Sarkisian's done a great job of moving him around, getting him in spots, and really, putting the defense at a disadvantage when a lot of things drawn up for him, and they've done a good job with the offense, I think, in terms of getting him the ball a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I didn't think Ohio State could shut down Clemson, but they shut them down, and I don't think they can shut down. I mean, Ohio State's averaging 48 a game, I think, or 47 a game. Right now, Alabama's averaging 48 a game, and Ohio State, I think, final score depends on what Ohio State team shows up, but
I think they had a little extra incentive at Dabo.
I think they did.
Dabo kept running his mouth, and I mean, he just needed to shut his mouth and play football, and he just kept running it, and I think that gave the Buckeyes a lot of incentive to stick it.
Well, I think the thing that's different in the last couple of years with college football is it's not about your defense; it's about your offense.
Right.
And you saw that first quarter of the Ohio State game. I mean, it was 14-14, and nobody stopped anybody. And somebody blinked in the second quarter, and it started to change the momentum. But and if Ohio State's defensive ends are out, like I think I heard that, I mean, Alabama's going to score 45 points.
Right.
That doesn't mean that Ohio State won't score 30 or 35 because everything's geared for the offenses anymore. It's not about your defense. And these quarterbacks, the college quarterbacks in general, the Trevor Lawrence, and I was shocked at how poor he played in the second half, how many passes he threw before he needed to throw them. And he threw them short, he threw them long, he threw them left, he threw them right because he never got set. He got happy feet. And maybe he was just concerned, knowing it's his last or second to last game as a college player before he starts to get paid. It's time to I'm kind of done with this. I don't want to get hit in the knees, and I'm going to get rid of the ball. And I don't know, but he played terrible. He had a terrible second half. And the receivers open, and he wasn't hitting them. So
right, I wondered the same thing. I thought, well, you saw Ohio State come out and whoop Indiana for a half. And then Indiana came storming back in that second half and almost beat them.
Right.
And I thought maybe that's what's going to happen in that situation. I said, we'll see. And then sure enough, once second half started and they kind of squelched anything that they were going to try to do, I said, this one's over, And Ohio State, just like you said, Ohio State, they rank them 11th. And then, like you said, Dabo was kind of getting a little much in there. And Ohio State, they lost the year prior too. I mean, Clemson being the year prior, so you get that revenge factor going, and next thing you know, it's crazy. But I think I'm hoping it'll be a good game Monday night. I anticipate Bama probably pulling that thing out, but
I think it could look a lot like the Michigan basketball game last night.
Yeah, Michigan basketball is really playing well. We'll parlay right into that, and then last night, a little nervous going into that one, but man, oh man, did they a little sluggish there the first half, up 6.5, and then they came out second half or barnstormed them. Really?
They kind of barnstormed them in the middle of the first half too, and
Sure.
they
had a 12-point.
Yeah,
point lead.
Juwan made a couple of changes. He got Dickinson out of the game, and you can't leave him in every minute. Got him out of the game, and then he switched up the defenses a little bit. And who's the kid from Minnesota with the green shoes?
Yeah,
he decided
a couple
to shoot the ball nonstop, and
he
had 7 points or 8 points in about a minute. And he had reasonably open looks compared to what he had before. And then, they came out in the second half and said, enough, no more of that. And then Brooks got hurt, and I thought Shandy Brown's defense was out of sight.
Yeah.
So
doesn't he play with an edge?
What's that?
Shandy Brown plays with an edge.
Oh, man, does he ever?
Yeah, I think he probably put him out on the football team. He might take him. He's big.
Did you see? There was probably 5 minutes to go in the game, and he was pressing an inbounds pass.
Oh yeah, he likes to do that.
And you could see Juwan in the background just kind of going like this, He backed up to half
30.
court.
Yeah.
It was unreal. I mean, he was really pressing the whole time. He's just so amazingly good. And that one play that he made where he just kind of ran the ball down because everybody was just trotting, picked it up and took off and went and dunked it. It's like, we've all played in games where the other team is playing bad and you want to get yours. You want to get your points because you got a chance. And, it got a lot of guys played that way yesterday.
Yeah. They played hard. I thought we didn't shoot quite as well, but all of a sudden we got going. And ever since I think on the show here, I said Wagner hasn't been doing much.
Right.
He really played well in the last probably 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, last couple of weeks.
Maybe more. I mean, and even Howard said he was doing well before then, but I just think he's a little more aggressive, and he's just really looks like he's coming into his own. I hate to say anything, but yeah, he's really starting to play well.
His energy on defense was staggering. It was amazing.
Yeah. Their team defense in general.
The last few weeks has been just
they're running that 3-point line like crazy.
Yeah, don't get many open looks. That's pressure. I mean, it's
a lot of good length.
Yeah, right.
A lot of weapons.
A lot of length. I mean, you got Wagner with his 6'9" length, and obviously, what's his name in the middle, Dickinson, and Livers is pretty big compared to what we think he is. He's actually 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Brooks is a lot bigger. Smith is the only one that's not a very big guy.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of length, a lot of speed. And, you bring in Shandy Brown, and he's 6'6", 6'7",
Yeah, and strong.
Yeah, they're, like I said, I think they're hard because once the ball goes in to Dickinson, then they collapse or try to help that center. And then he's good at passing, and most of those guys are spotting up and they're hitting shots or going to the hole, and they dump it off. And I just, and I'm like, man, who do you cover? And like the announcers even said, who do you cover?
Yeah, I like, last night, and I don't know, I'd watch most of the games, but I don't remember Johns and Dickinson on the floor at the same time a whole lot more than last night. I thought that was interesting, right? I mean,
they're one or the other, right?
Right.
Yeah, an interesting combo for sure.
Maybe it was a special combo for Minnesota. I don't know. Maybe the matchup.
But they only did it late. I mean, I don't remember seeing it.
Half.
I thought he was in there in the first half. Well,
I don't remember.
Well, Johns was in, but I don't remember him being in with Dickinson.
But definitely second half.
Yeah.
The what's his, he lost his tooth there on a collision.
Oh, Brooks.
Yeah. I saw that, and then I came back and they said he lost his tooth or something.
The replay showed it.
You could see it flying. The slow-mo.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah.
He catch the elbow?
When they showed it in slow motion, you could see the tooth flying.
Oh, no way. Shoot, I missed that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it looked like he might have caught the guy's elbow because he's walking off. He's kind of looking at his elbow like, man, what'd I get there? But, he's been playing well, too. And, they played the second half pretty much without him. He didn't come back in, did he? Or did he? I don't know if he came back in.
They didn't need him.
Right.
Chris sent me a text. It was, middle of the second half after he got hurt, and Michigan's, extending the lead, and they're up by 30. He sends me a text. He goes, the sissy's in the locker room. Doesn't want to come back out.
No. Yeah,
back when Chris was playing, he got a tooth broken and came back in and played. He's like, the kid's a sissy.
Yeah, Chris got the tooth front, didn't he? Over in overseas, didn't he get popped in the?
Well, yeah, that's several times, but he actually had a tooth broken and got a concussion from who's the kid from Purdue, the big burly kid from Purdue. God, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Chris would know, of course, who he is. But he Chris came down with an offensive rebound, and the guy just raked him, and hit him right in the mouth and in the nose with his elbow. And Chris went down bloodied, got carried off the floor, and that was pretty ugly. But it happens.
Yeah, so Michigan looked good. They were undefeated still, 10-0, 5-0 in the league, top of the league. Who'd have thought?
Top 10, right? Correct.
Top 10 ranking right now, possibly move up, next week. But they're supposed to play Penn State, and they got canceled because of COVID.
Yeah, it's
Saturday games
canceled. Penn State's got 3 games canceled. So
yeah, I don't know if is that a good thing, a bad thing? I'm sitting for a little while.
Well, I would say it's right now. I say it's a bad thing because we could have gone on the road and won that game, and it would have been good for us. So now we don't play until Tuesday, and we have to play Wisconsin. We can certainly beat Wisconsin, but we were on such a roll that you hate to take 6 days before you play. And then I think, if I remember correctly, we play Wisconsin, and then is it Minnesota at Minnesota?
Is Wisconsin away as well, or is that?
No, Wisconsin's at home.
That's home.
But again, Wisconsin just plays a different brand, and I'm sure Brooks will play, whether he'll have the same level of moxie that he had before getting popped in the mouth. That'll be a little different, but he does, and there's the advantage there. He's got a number of days to get the pain gone. So
they're looking good though, and they haven't played quite the thick of the schedule yet with Illinois, Iowa, Michigan State, and Purdue, and some of those guys yet. They haven't quite gotten into that part of the schedule yet. And that'll tell a lot down the road, but right now they're looking like.
Well, they might just have someone back for that too, which will help a lot.
Yeah, Davis come back.
Davis comes back around the end of the month, and they get into the meat of that schedule. That gives Dickinson a little more leeway. He has not been in foul trouble at all.
Yeah,
but
he's pretty good in
there. I guarantee they're going to do some things to get him in foul trouble. Michigan State knows what to do that, and there's other teams. Wisconsin, I'm sure, will do some things to try and get him in foul trouble. And if you have Austin Davis available, then you can certainly play better. Brandon Johns at the center position doesn't give you anywhere near as much.
They played the other night, and they put Dickinson off a guy, and I put Wagner on one of the.
Yes.
The announcers made an announcement. They said, "Oh wow, that's a different matchup." They thought that they had him on that Dickinson on, so the matchup was different. So they're just playing really good defense right now. It's really amped up in the last couple games here.
It's been fun.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, so the football needs that kind of moxie that they're playing with right now out there, that confidence stuff. You talk about the football and Harbaugh. Still the decision to be made yet. We haven't heard anything from that. We've heard a lot of speculation on Jimmy Harbaugh and if he's going to come back. I think he's coming back. I heard maybe Monday there's going to be an announcement with all the staff announced at once.
I hear all those stories from the right people, and as I was telling you guys last time, I don't listen to anyone that is not heavily connected internally in the program. Everybody else is just a reporter saying that Trump's going to win. I get tired of the reporting that really doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But when I hear John Borton talk, and I hear Michael Spath talk, and I hear some of those guys, even E.J. Holland talk, he is telling all of the recruits' families that he's coming back. Now, I'm sure there's been coaches out there that have lied and then gone and taken a job, but you know, I highly doubt that that's the case.
Yeah. It sounds like he's trying to establish the staff. All the contracts I think expire Monday, so they're going to announce it all at once, is what I heard. I don't know if that's anything truth to that, but he's working on getting a guy out of Oregon. He's working on getting a guy out of Penn State, and a couple of different people. I just saw today that Don Brown's going out to Arizona to be with Jed Fish, whatever, the old Michigan assistant. So
he'll be fine. That's a good place for him. Pac-12 doesn't play a whole lot of defense. I mean, his style of defense will work very well out there because there's no offensive juggernauts. Maybe Oregon, you know,
not what they used to be, but they
don't run crossing routes out there, I don't think.
Nowhere near what they run here.
Everybody's watching Michigan tape right now out there, but yeah, I mean, I think a lot of signs point that he's going to be back. I think listening to some of the NFL gigs, they're starting to fill up. They've got people online that they're going to bring in. I don't know, maybe. And they're all, the Lions are going to take him. I don't think Lions are going to take him. San Diego Chargers, I don't know if he wants to pack up and go out west again. I doubt that. I think the Chargers got somebody else lined up. I mean, Atlanta's got somebody lined up. Pretty much, I think it sounds like they're going with somebody that's already there. And I think his contract's going to be a little more lenient, maybe a little less buyout. His new contract extension, he'll be able to have a little more leniency in case he does decide to go later on, or if the market pushes him towards going to NFL, then I mean, right now they're saying 2026. He's going to maybe be there till. So I'll take 2000.
Jamie Morris had a great comment yesterday, and he said the same thing today. I don't know if you listened to him. He said one of the things about Jim is Jim wants to be in control. If he goes to the pros, he has no control.
Right.
He can't dictate to the kids. He can't dictate to the general manager. He doesn't get to pick who the players are, and he is not in control.
Yeah.
And he said that was the big issue in San Francisco. That's why it didn't work. He had no control. And so who knows? Who knows how real that is? Jamie said originally he thought that he was going to leave. And he's kind of changed his tune and said, no, there's no way he's going to go. Just not going to happen. That doesn't mean he's going to be happy with his contract, but he's not going to go. And then he had some guy on today, and the guy goes, well, Harbaugh's not going to leave, but you know what? Juwan's leaving next year. He has no reason to stay.
Yeah. Come on. Seriously?
Holy moly.
Yeah, Lordy, he's bringing in the top recruiting class in the country, and he's going to pack his bags and leave. Are you serious? You think Juwan wants to win a national title? I think Juwan wants to win a national title.
I think Juwan wants to win a national title. He's won an NBA title. I mean, he played in 2 final games. I would certainly think as a coach, he wants to do that.
Oh my gosh. The way things are going right now, I think that's the way he's leaning towards, no question about it. He's stockpiling serious talent, and
Yeah, it's fun to watch him. I went back and I watched the Michigan State game from this time last year when Michigan beat him, and he's such a big guy.
Oh,
and he's out there shaking hands with Izzo and talking to Izzo. And I don't care who you are. I mean, I'm 6'3". When I'm around my son, he is huge. And if he wasn't my son and he wanted to snarl at me, I'd probably want to take a couple steps away. I don't care what Izzo's ego is all about, but Juwan Howard's a big man. And even yesterday, shaking hands with Pitino after the game.
Yeah.
He makes Pitino look like a 5'6" sixth grader.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's fun to see someone like that as intimidating as he can be, even though he's not a real intimidating guy. But it's wonderful to see him on the sidelines and then talk to other coaches. You're not going to intimidate Juwan Howard, no matter what, no matter who you are. You're not going to intimidate him. It's not going to happen.
And it's got to be fun to play for him. I mean, he just looks like he's having a ball out there, right? Looks like he's having a great time, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, not having the privilege of being in that locker room, but I can only imagine it's got to be fun. It's got to be a great environment, right? It's got to be an outstanding locker room. It just has to be.
Yeah. They look like they're having a blast.
Yeah.
And his personality is really cool. I like his commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he lets his players talk. You know, last night Hummel made a comment during the game, and he said, "Just watch the players on the sideline during a timeout."
Right. Yeah.
And they were right in everything he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the only guy that isn't is Livers, because Livers thinks he's all that in a bag of chips.
They went back and forth. They had a little altercation earlier.
Yeah.
But it was just competing, as they said.
Well, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
not the first
you
time.
Be able to have that type of communication, you know.
He's a leader. He's a leader. He's allowed that, probably. I mean, guys like that, can speak up a little bit. But Sam, do you feel like you're short around Chris when you're around him at the table?
No, not at all.
I don't know what you're giving up.
He just started golfing this year too, Pat. You should see him. I mean, he's got a very short, compact swing, considering what you would expect from a guy his size.
Yeah.
And
how do you fit a guy?
As he's learning how to make contact, he's hitting the ball a ton.
How do you fit a guy 6'11" with golf clubs? I don't know.
Oh yeah, and even better, he just started skiing about 4 weeks ago. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I haven't been out with him yet. We're supposed to go out in the next week or so. I will not be downhill with him ever. No, I will not ever be down. I'll be uphill. I'll be looking at him. He's going away from me.
He'll be hitting the approach in first, probably. Right?
Can you imagine 300 pounds of him on a skis just coming down a hill?
Oh, skiing? Yeah.
Oh,
you better be careful there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm only going to be above him, never below him.
Yeah. He gets a head of steam going. People are going to be in trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
that's funny. That's funny.
I just wish he could have played for a coach like him, like Howard. It would have, or just played for Fisher. It would have been amazing to have him and Dutch as his coach. So.
Even Amaker, he only had 1 year with Amaker. I think Amaker might have. I don't know for sure on that, but yeah.
You would have known. Tommy was a great coach. He would have been fantastic.
Yeah, he only had 1 year, did
he? Yeah.
He had 1 year with Tom Amaker.
Yeah. Do you guys know Tom Crawford? Have you seen the Tom Crawford shows? Crawford does.
I watched him and Chris the other night on their podcast.
Oh, did you see it? Yeah. I don't know if you saw the episode where Crawford asked Chris about his coaches that he played for at U of M. Brian Ellerby didn't fare real well in those comments. So.
I can't imagine.
Shock.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Ellerby. Those years were a little rough.
Bad.
It's tough where they came from there. But it'll be fun to watch Michigan down the road here and see where they stack up at the end. I think they got a lot of momentum. It's funny because Howard's season's last year he started out really good, and he kind of hit some bumps in the middle of the year when he got into some teams. And it would have been exciting to see him finish it out because last year. But there's some lot of bright spots there right now, and it's only building, and that's the thing. He's got a talented group coming in next year, so we got to get our minutes in on the Spartans. Obviously, they're starting to play a little bit better, and I watched them the last couple of games. They seem to be playing. He's experimenting with some point guards, and he had the guy.
You better experiment with point guards. He's got himself a Division III point guard starting for him. That was just an enormously huge mistake. The kid
he doesn't start. Yeah, he doesn't start. And he tried Watts, and Watts isn't.
Yeah, well, Rocket Watts is not a point guard. So
now they went to another guy the other night, and they seem to play better. And they're playing a little bit better the last 2 games, but I don't know what they got this week. They're playing. I have to look and see, but
I think they have Penn State midweek next week.
Oh,
so they're not playing that game either. So
they have a.
But I don't know. And actually, do they play tonight?
They have tonight.
I don't remember. I thought I saw.
They might be playing tonight. I don't know. That's a good question. Let me look here. I might have it on my phone.
No,
Huh?
no. Today is Iowa, Maryland.
Iowa, Maryland. Iowa's
Yeah,
up
Indiana, Wisconsin, and Illinois, Northwestern.
They
Tomorrow,
play tomorrow.
Purdue, Michigan
Purdue.
State.
Mhm.
Purdue,
Yeah.
Michigan State. Purdue, Michigan
Tomorrow.
State.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Right now, Iowa's up on Maryland and Wisconsin's up on Indiana.
Yeah, no surprises on either one of them.
Iowa's up 7, and Illinois Northwestern's on at 9.
That'll be a good game.
That'd be good.
I will watch that.
That's at Northwestern.
Well, Northwestern's just playing solid. You know, they're playing as well as they've played under Collins. It's been fun to watch them.
Yeah, Gonzaga's playing BYU at 8:30. That game's on.
That'll be brutally bad.
Gonzaga's pretty good. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet, but they're pretty tough.
Gonzaga and Baylor, they're both just out of sight.
Oh, that'll be tough when you get up to that area.
Did you see the line on that game, Pat? The Gonzaga game
against BYU.
Yeah. What do you think the number is before you look?
I just saw.
Yeah.
17. Was it 17?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it looked like Gonzaga was supposed to play somebody else, and they got canceled. So.
Oh well, maybe they just added BYU then.
I think BYU is just throwing in there, like they do. They tend to do that, but yeah, Spartans obviously they got that transfer in there. He's been playing pretty well, but it's tough. I don't know if they're just streaky shooters or just trying to figure out their way right now. I think with Izzo, and it's a tough year because I think usually Izzo's guys get better as they go along. So it's just a wonder if this is where they're going to start to get flowing, because in preseason they were 4th ranked, I think, or whatever, going into the season, and then they've dropped all the way down to 23 and working their way back up.
I think they'll get better. I think their problem is they've got backcourt issues, and Rocket Watts he doesn't have a position. You need a point guard so he can play the 2 and do the things he does best, and they don't really have a big guy. The couple of guys they have that are big guys, I mean, they're just not very good. They don't have Hunter Dickinson. I mean, can you imagine how good they'd be with Hunter Dickinson, because they have athletes all around them.
Right.
But they don't have a player like that. So that's why they're struggling in some of these games. And, when their guards don't play well, they're toast. They're absolutely toast. Yeah. It's a little surprising that it almost looks like he's missed on so many point guards in the last 3 years because Cassius Winston kept staying. And he just doesn't have that point guard depth that he normally has.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's interesting because you look at, on the flip side, you get back to Michigan, look, where would he be without Mike Smith right now, right? I mean,
absolutely, totally.
Right? I mean, same scenario, right? I mean,
it would be terrible. I mean, you have Brooks as your starter, and who would be? You have Nunez as the other guy,
right? I mean,
Zeb Jackson, or
well, yeah, I mean, and Zeb's been terrible. I don't think you'd see a whole lot of Zeb out there.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you look at
Wagner up there playing.
Yeah. So
put in, what's his toes? Brown would be starting, but having Brown and Smith both is a huge add to that team.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, Smith. I mean, you look at again.
You see the other night, he bounced that ball through 3 guys on that bounce pass right to Hunter, and he dunked that thing.
It's amazing.
That was a great pass. It was like, holy cow. They showed it like 3 or 4 times. But
it's one of the things Chris was talking about, that Crawford asked him what he felt about the difference between Mike Smith and Xavier Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris said, well, no disrespect to Xavier, but it's so different when you have the guys that we have, because now the post is a real threat, which means they have to sag.
Sure.
And when they sag off of Smith, it's a problem. And Smith can score, so that creates openings in the post. Xavier couldn't score, and Teske couldn't score in the post. So you had 2 guys that the upgrade in those 2 positions has been extremely noticeable.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
So
it's
and you get back.
Go ahead, Sam.
No, I'm just saying. Then you flip back to Michigan State, where they don't have that, and night and day, right? I mean, that's why it gets ugly there, right? So
they'll do fine. I bet. I would say they'll end up, 12-8 or something like that in the Big Ten. I mean, they'll be fine. You know, they'll get a decent seat because of who they are, and I don't see them winning the Big Ten. I mean, they certainly could. You know, as the season goes on, you just don't know how teams are going to play, who's going to be sick, who's not going to play. Yeah. And if they don't have any of that happen, then they have a chance to do it. I don't necessarily see them winning the Big Ten. I mean, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, you know, I see more as the teams to beat. But
Iowa's in there.
Oh, Iowa, of course.
They haven't even got to Iowa yet, have they? They haven't played Iowa either. I think they played Iowa, Illinois, you know.
Who is going to cover Garza on Michigan State's team?
Right.
I mean, give me the name of anybody. Hauser can't cover him. He's not quick enough.
Yeah, it takes him out of position. You know,
I mean,
I think Izzo the other night subbed four guys in, right? They just walked in off the bench the other night.
Yeah.
One free throw or something. I was like, oh. So I think he's just trying to find some groups, and like I say, he's a good coach, and if anybody can do it, you know, he's a guy that can mastermind it, no question about it. Just like, you know, you got your Dukes, you got your North Carolinas are struggling right now. You got all these teams that are struggling, you know, trying to adapt to this format and this situation. And, you know, it's different. I know Coach Caden coached the other night and you know, that kind of stuff. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. That's for sure. But, you know, just to touch a little bit, we're talking about coaches and coaching the Cleveland Browns make their first playoff game for the NFL. And their coach comes down with COVID. Poor guy. Felt bad for them, and all the Brown fans are they're going there against the Steelers this weekend, and they're going to be without their coach on a COVID.
Well, and they're without a starting offensive lineman. And was there another guy, Sam? Did you see it? I mean,
I thought there was. Yeah, I can't remember. There were multiple.
And on offense, I mean, they lost a couple of starters on offense and your head coach. Right. I mean, sorry.
That's tough. I mean, that's tough, and I feel bad because here they've been, you know, since 2002 they haven't been in the playoffs, and they're finally going to get and play their arch nemesis, the Steelers, and the poor coach has got to sit out. You know, I feel so bad for him.
I've been a Steeler fan for a long time, so I don't feel too bad. I'm kind of excited about what it's going to do.
Yeah, there are a lot of Steeler fans out there. Yeah. When you got the Lions, you got to find somebody to cheer for.
Hey, I'm an LSU fan, and I'm a Steeler fan. And I was a New England fan, and now I'm a Tampa fan. So.
I like the Packers. I think the Packers are going to make a good run. Obviously, you think, that's the number one seed team, but it'd be interesting to see if Brady wins and the wins play out. Tampa Bay has to go up to Green Bay. What a hell of a game that's going to be. Tampa Bay going up to Green Bay and playing Rodgers against Brady.
I hope that's what happens.
That'd be a hell of a game.
I hope it happens too.
Be interesting to see, but it could be Brady's last game. He could come back another year. I don't know. You know, the guy had 40 somehow. How many yards this year? How many touchdowns? You know, this guy's freaking unbelievable.
Just keeps doing it. Just keeps on doing it. I don't know how.
I'm 10 years older than him, and I can't imagine being. I can't imagine being out there in that situation, what he's doing, and having your arm not hurt. I try to pick up the ball and throw it.
Oh, God.
You know, but obviously he gets so taken care of, and he does a great job with his body and everything. But you know that, and you think about the AFC side. You got the Chiefs. You got the Steelers. You got the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. You know, nobody rallies the wagons like the Bills, you know, as Chris Berman used to say. They got new hope there at Buffalo.
Who do they play this weekend? Who's Buffalo got?
Buffalo is playing. Oh shoot! They are playing not the Ravens. The Ravens play Tennessee. They play Indianapolis. They play the Colts.
Colts,
I feel for Phillip Rivers because Phillip Rivers is at the end of his career and he's trying to get to the Super Bowl. That'd be a great story if he did, but you know, he's trying to get through the Bills, try to get through the Steelers, try to get through Ravens or KC just to get to the Super Bowl.
Isn't that game? That game's in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo. Yeah, and he's got to go to Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I did hear that there were going to be fans at that game in Buffalo. The New York governor said First time they've been in the playoffs in 20 years, so we're gonna open it up and let some fans come in.
Oh, they're crazed animals. They're gonna caged animals going out there, man. They're gonna be so excited for that game. But yeah, it should be interesting. We'll talk more as we move along here as the playoffs progress there. But the Lions are looking for a new coach. They got a few names going out there right now, and they got a new GM. They're trying to find a new GM, and those will probably be coming out here in the next week or two. We'll probably hear some news on the announcement there. Chris Spielman and is it Barry Sanders are both trying to help pick the Lions up off the ground here.
They can't hurt.
Can't hurt. No way.
I think the best thing the Lions could do is you take 2 fish bowls, one for general manager and one for head coach, and you put all the names of the people that you think are worthy in it. Draw them out. It's as good as you're going to get.
I think everybody's sitting there right now going, please don't put me in that bowl. Please don't put me in that bowl.
Oh, yeah, they are. That's a lot of money, Pat.
I was going to say, you could withstand that for a few years, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, I think with the money to afford to pull out of there for him, I think you could probably take that.
You could deal with it for a few years.
Mariucci's not crying about it. Neither is Patricia. Neither is.
I think Bobby Ross is still getting paid.
I think you're off. Money Clark's still getting paid.
Money Clark is still getting paid. Yeah.
Him and Cecil Fielder are both getting paid by Detroit team.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No matter who they pick, the scrutiny on that individual will be ridiculous. And it's kind of like the election. People will not like no matter who the guy is, unless Bill Cowher comes out of retirement, and then only 20% of the people will hate it because he's too old. Right.
Yeah.
Bill Parcells. If Tom Landry was around, they'd go, "Oh no, he's just too old. He doesn't know how new football works."
Jimmy Johnson or Bill Walsh or something like that. Bless their hearts. Bill Walsh has passed away, but you watch all that stuff, and then they're talking about the Hall of Fame nominees, and obviously Charles is on that.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning's on that. They did a special on NFL Network the other day about that. It's a tough class. Both those two guys are going to go in on the first ballot. Charles and Peyton. That only leaves 3 other guys, and you look at that list. I mean, the receivers alone, there's Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt, and Calvin Johnson, and they're talking about which one of those 3 do you pick?
Reggie
Wayne.
Reggie. He'd be my guy.
Got some balls from Peyton for years.
Well, and he caught everything that was ever thrown.
Well, they asked Charles. They said, "Who is the toughest out of those 3? Who is the one you didn't want to cover?"
Calvin.
He said Calvin Johnson.
He's just too big.
He goes, "The guy was a man monster out there." He said, "You just had to keep your head on where is he, and you just knew he's going to catch everything in sight."
Yeah.
So that puts up a lot. I mean, Calvin only played 9 years or whatever with the Lions, but his numbers are great. And there's a few guys there that are. That's quite a list. You sit there and look at what they got to decide, and that's not an enviable job to pick those
but
guys.
It's taking the lesser of evils on some levels. I mean, you're looking and going, okay, well, Calvin only played 9 years and he played for the Lions. I'm sorry, so that pushes him down most people's list. Holt was excellent, but does he have the numbers that Reggie had? I mean, holy crap. Reggie's numbers were just, I don't know where he sits on the all-time list, but he's got to be in the top 3.
Oh, yeah.
And he played for what? How many years did he play for?
Yeah, he was there for a while.
Granted, he had a great quarterback, but, they're all great quarterbacks,
They asked the guy in charge, they said, "How long is it going to take for you to talk over in the room about whether Peyton should get in or not?" And they said it'd probably be pretty quick, probably as quick as Brett Favre's.
Through even a conversation?
The conversation.
Anybody? And who was the defensive player of the century? It was Chuck. So
Yeah,
there's no
right.
discussion.
Same thing there, right? Yeah.
Hands
You
down.
know,
It's over.
those two guys, just put them over here. We don't need to spend any minutes on them. They're in, and then we go to talk about everybody else. And who's the first ballot guy after that? So.
And to think those two guys were both sitting there in New York at the Heisman
Yeah.
Trophy. Or,
Yep.
You know, and
Isn't that
Charles,
a great story? Yep.
Charles pulled up the victory on that one there, and they thought Peyton was going to get it. And I feel bad for Peyton, but
I
No, I
remember,
didn't feel bad for Peyton. Did you see the
didn't
look on
either.
Peyton's face when he didn't win? Oh, I was thrilled he didn't win.
I did. Yeah, I remember. I was down in. We were down in Florida. I remember we were at the ESPN club watching that. Man, they got that massive wall of TVs, and it was like you were watching a football game because you had guys in there wearing all the Tennessee shirts, and the guys in there wearing all the Michigan shirts, and the place it was crazy. I mean, it was like you were watching a football game when an announcement came. It was fun. I'll never forget that. That was a lot of fun.
I remember watching that one. I'm like, I don't know, man. Do you think they'll take him? I don't know.
I know. We were all sitting there going, God, come on.
I don't think he beat Peyton. There's no way they're going to give it to Peyton. They got to give it to Peyton. You know, the name,
they did the right thing. That was the right thing to do, and I'm thrilled they voted properly.
Mm-hmm. Charles.
Yeah, it's like Devonta Smith winning. You know, you look at the other three guys, and they're all quarterbacks, and they're all enormously talented.
Yeah.
But that was the right vote. I mean,
it was the right thing.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mac Jones, I think, is going to be. Mac Jones. Listen to his story and listen to his stuff and how he's such a student of the game. You hate to say this is crazy. You hate to say, oh, this is the comparison, but he studies and he's almost like number 12. He studies like number 12, and I don't want to make that comparison right now.
Right.
I'll give him a few years in the show, but it sounded.
Sam, let me ask you a question. Is he a senior?
He's a grad. He's got his master's degree.
So I said this to someone the other day.
Yeah,
he's a 4.0 guy. I think Pat and I had talked about this. Talk about a culture thing, right? He was a 3-star guy, right?
Yeah.
When they were recruiting him, Jalen was there, Tua was there.
Yep.
And you look at this day and age where these guys coming in now. If I don't play my first year, I'm in the portal. No, he stayed. He learned. He worked hard. Obviously worked hard. And look at him now, right?
I mean, eerily familiar, doesn't it, to a guy?
That's what I'm saying.
That sat behind Henson and at the same time with who else?
Greasy was ahead of him. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Down there, he's the third man. It's like, who's that guy?
And Dreisbach was even there ahead of him.
Yeah,
I mean, all those guys were ahead of him.
And Brady came in, bailed them out.
Yeah.
Would
you?
Eerily similar to what Mac Jones is.
Would you draft Mac Jones with a 2nd-round pick?
Whew.
Yeah.
Yes. I would.
2nd round? Yeah.
I would take him with a 1st round.
All right.
Because he doesn't fit the model of a current NFL quarterback. He's not a runner. By the way, when he ran in that game and went down, he looked like I do sliding, and it was really awkward.
It was an ugly slide.
and he sprained his ankle doing it.
It looked like it was an ugly slide.
The quarterbacks of today are more like Mahomes. So I don't think he's definitely not worth the number 1 pick. But if you're looking for a quarterback, I would take him in the 2nd round or 3rd. But he'll go. I bet he's gone before the end of the 2nd round.
Oh yeah.
He's too good.
His pedigree, I think he's just got too much to offer. And I think he's set some records. Hasn't he set some records already in Alabama, where you're talking about, look at back and all some of the quarterbacks they've had there, he's pretty good.
It helps when you have Devontae out there. I mean, the touchdown pass he threw in the end of the Notre Dame game, that ball was 2 yards out of bounds. And Smith ran full tilt, planted both feet, got him down, leaned, and caught the ball.
Oh,
who else is gonna get that ball? Nobody.
Yeah, was that the one he put both feet in? He ended up getting both feet down in that.
Yeah, he ended up getting
right there by the pylon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was right on the pylon.
It was a phenomenal catch and a phenomenal throw.
And the mock draft has him coming to the Lions.
In the 2nd round?
7th pick.
You're talking about Devontae.
Devontae. 7th pick.
You want excitement? Guys, it's not about defense. I don't care if you don't draft a defensive player through all the rounds. I don't care about defense. Defense just that's not how it works in football anymore. It's just go get your offensive. Look at Patrick Mahomes. How many games have they won? 35-28. I mean, he scores 35 points a game. You score 35 points a game in the NFL, you're not going to lose many games.
No, a lot of weapons. I mean, you give Stafford a few more weapons if he's there, or whoever they got there. But I mean, whew.
And look at what Brady's done. And now that he has all of his wide receivers healthy, and Antonio Brown has figured out how to play in the system, and he's got 6 guys he can throw the ball to, and that doesn't even include Fournette. Mm-hmm. And who cares how their defense plays? They need a score. Yeah, they just go down and get one.
Yeah.
The different sport than we grew up with, guys. It's completely different.
Yeah. Well, you got Sam here. Obviously, this weekend, it's been how many weeks now since high school guys took the football field, and they're going to play Saturday.
So we counted it out, right? So we play when we take the field on Saturday, it'll be 56 days.
56 days since your last high school game.
Wow.
But you're playing regional. This is regional final.
Yeah, this is the regionals or quarters. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quarters. Yeah. So so you just won the district the last game you played, and then now you're finding 56 days later you're going to play
56 days later
regional title. So a month and 2 weeks roughly. But they're going out to Brighton there, the indoor facility, playing time.
Legacy.
The beautiful facility out there in Brighton that they're going to play at indoors, which is nice compared to some of these other guys who are going to play outside on the.
Yeah, we were kind of. I mean, there's not a lot of indoor facilities, obviously, but I think of all the games, right? There's four games in each division right now, so 32 games. There's only 4 games being played indoors, right? Two at Legacy Center, and then 2 at the Dome up in the UP. The rest of them are all playing outside.
Yeah.
Where's CC playing at? Where's their game at?
They're playing up in Davidson, aren't they?
What's that?
They're playing up in Lapeer, I think, maybe. Playing Davidson, aren't they?
Yeah, but
that's right.
They're playing Davidson because Davidson's
it'd be at Davidson.
Not playing.
He's not playing, right? It'd be at Davidson.
He's at
quarterbacks now.
Yeah, he's
at Northwestern.
Yeah, he's
already left.
Early enrollee at Northwestern.
That's what I was going to bring up next. Thomas Wilcher came out today saying how they screwed it all up. He's got 6 guys that are early enrollees.
I'm sure Belleville's in the same boat.
Yeah, they're all losing guys.
Sorry.
They're going to play this Saturday. I think is the only game. Then they're going to be done. They got to go enroll.
They got guys.
This Saturday, if they even play this.
They got guys.
Oh, I'm sure he's got other guys. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Just
But Davidson, that's going to hurt.
You play who you got. I mean,
that's right, exactly right.
I mean, it is what it is, and you feel bad, but obviously you're in that position. You got a chance still. So, and like I say, Cass Tech, it's Cass Tech. You're pretty solid down there. I think you got another guy.
I think you'll find some guy.
But it should be exciting. I think at least they're getting finality of it all.
Yeah, they did announce the finals are going to be at Ford Field. They made that official announcement.
Oh,
that's good, right? I mean, at least the guys, the craziness that's happened this year won't miss out on. If you get to that point, you'd hate to have it not be there, right, and miss out on that opportunity.
After going through everything they went through this year to close it out.
So that's good, and we're getting parents back in the stands, which is good. We were sitting there going, man, what a shame that if parents can't be here, at least see their kids play. But
that'd be nice.
So that's all coming back. So hopefully we'll get through these 3 weeks and
be nice.
Everything goes
good
well.
Luck. Hope it goes well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams. Like I said, 32 teams, right?
Well, there's 32 games, yeah.
32 games, yeah.
And then 8-man is still going too, right? So you got 8.
Still playing. I heard maybe 36, 35, 34 degrees this weekend.
It's not
playing on turf. I think most of the games are on turf.
Most of the games are if we weren't playing at Legacy, we'd probably be playing at Clarkston, just to be on turf. But
they'll snow blow the turf off and hopefully maybe heat it up a little bit. I don't know how you can do that. But run a little heater over it or something. I don't know, but Yeah, at least they're not playing in the mud and in the muck and you'd be playing if you didn't have that option, I guess.
What a mess.
I tell you what, it's been nice. We've been practicing indoors. That's been nice.
Yeah, yeah. You guys had to
Especially for the coaches.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice.
Yeah. Especially for the coaches.
sit outside there.
Sit outside.
Yeah,
All right, guys, I got to jump. I got another call coming up in a little bit. And I got to grab.
Again, MI Sports Talk, another great talk here tonight. The finals coming up Monday. We got a lot of college basketball, and it's been great having Sam and Tom here tonight. And look for us online. But
Yeah,
good luck, Sam.
Yeah, go get him, Sam.
Yep.
Hopefully, we can get you back on next week, and we can talk about the Michigan-Wisconsin game.
Yeah, big good one.
Mm-hmm. and your final and your victory, please, Sam. Right, it's your victory. We can talk about that a little bit too. But thanks again, fellas. MI Sports Talk. We'll be in touch.
See you guys.
All right,
see you, Tom. See you, Sam.
See you, Sam.